Hello everyone, welcome to Battlesnake Coding Badly. My name is Joe and I am your host for today, and if you are new here to Battlesnake TV, this is a channel all about Battlesnake, a competitive programming game where you write the AI that powers a little snake that doodles around and competes against other snakes in a variety of fun game modes. And Coding Badly is the show where we do stupid things with Battlesnake, where we try and make fun projects, show what Battlesnake can do in weird and wonderful ways, and in this case, torture a bunch of developers to do really unwise things. So let me throw up my screen and show you a little bit about what we have going on here at Battlesnake right now. So, you are joining us on Coding Badly, and right now we are imminently about to kick off the Spring League tournament. It actually, is it this weekend it starts? It starts very soon. Spring League has been running throughout spring, surprisingly, and yes, it is this weekend. It is Saturday that the Platinum tournament starts, which is very exciting. So we'll be able to see all of that wonderful Wrapped action. Wrapped is a new game mode for this year, and Spring League was its introduction to the world, so we'll be kicking off the first tournament this very weekend, which is very exciting. And throughout Spring League, we have been doing what we call the Coding Badly Relay. That is where we've had one snake, one single code base, with 8 developers throughout this period between Feb 3rd to 19th of May, all contributing to that code base. Every 2 weeks we have a different developer get their hands on that code base and make their contribution to it. And you can see all of that code base and what we've got so far at github.com/joenash/coding badly relay. The README has a table of all of the guests who have been on the show and guests who will come on the show, and a link to their commits. So at the end of every show, the guests push out what they've worked on, they get a pull request in, and so we have you can see what every guest has done, what they've contributed to the snake, how they've set up their next developers for pain and suffering, and then we roll on to the next guest. We have been joined by Corey, who I saw in chat. Thanks for joining us, Corey. Mason and Matt from DigitalOcean, Gary Hockin from Twilio, and today we are joined by Naomi and nhcarrigan, a giant of the community, who will be joining us today to pick up where Gary left off. Gary was show number 3 and was the first show where we actually started writing some logic for the snake, which may be what we continue today. I don't know what Naomi's going to do today. I think Naomi knows what she's going to do today, so we'll soon find out. And then next week we are being joined by Penelope, and then I really need to update the slide. We have question marks. The second from last question mark is Patchy Codes from New Relic, and then the last 2 question marks are yet to be filled. So if you would like to be on the show, if you would like to get your hands on this Chaos Snake, come and join in. I have not been in a rush to fill those slots because I kind of wanted to... I've been leaving to see where the snake ends up to kind of choose a guest who might have fun with that direction. If you think that might be you, come let me know. So, without further ado, let me get rid of this and introduce our guest for the day. Hello, Naomi. How are you doing?
Good. Hello. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for joining us into this descent into nonsense that is the Coding Badly Relay.
Yeah, I'm very excited to code badly. That's pretty much what I do all day.
Well, that I do not believe is true, but we will definitely bring out the worst in you today. For folks who don't know you, would you like to say a couple of words of introduction?
Sure, I'm Naomi, or nhcarrigan. If you are in the Battlesnake Discord, you've probably seen me around. If you're not in the Battlesnake Discord, you should be. I'm primarily a developer at Free Code Camp, and then on the side, I manage a few different communities on Discord. Some of them are programming related, others are not, and I hack away at my own Coding Badly projects.
But I'm... you say you're in the Coding Badly Discord. I think I mostly know you from pretty much every Discord that I'm in. You are very prolific.
We share like 5 or 6.
Yeah. And it's also funny you mentioned working at Free Code Camp. I guess like you and I, again, another thing we share is like being altogether engaged in too many games about coding, because you contributed to Free Code Camp's new coding game, right?
Yes, not much because it's written in Python, but
right.
A little bit, mostly setting up the infrastructure to make it translatable.
Right. Yeah, very cool project. We're actually going to be, Team Twilio Quest are going to be playing that fairly soon, which is very exciting. So, should we throw up your code and dive? Well, should we throw up the code and dive in? I believe we need to do a bit of an introduction to the code, both for the audience and also for you. Am I good to add your screen?
Go for it. I've got
Perfect.
the beautiful repository pulled up and ready to go here.
Perfect. Let me swap us around over here because you're the star today. You got to go up top. So, Naomi is properly embracing the spirit of coding badly and has come into this with no prep. Not like you, Corey, you overachiever with your preparation. So we're going to start off by introducing the code. Your GitHub icons are different. Have you got a GitHub modification extension going on?
I have an extension for that, yeah. It's material icons for GitHub.
Very nice, very nice. So, this Battlesnake is started as the JavaScript starter snake, so it's Node.js and Express. You will notice there's a folder there that says Go, and that is the basis of most of the weirdness of this code base. Corey set us on a wonderful direction where a wonderful part of the Battlesnake ecosystem is the rules repository, which is on the official Battlesnake organization. And the rules repository is a CLI, is a library that implements the rules of Battlesnake. So as you can see there, it's included there at the top, github.com/battlesnakeofficial/rules. So Corey's big idea, so the Battlesnake rules repository is used by Battlesnake developers to basically shortcut having to implement the rules of the game. So normally when you develop Battlesnake, you would say, for example, add in, wall collision, avoiding other snakes, all the stuff that you've implemented in your snake, I'm sure, and that other folks have probably implemented a million times. And so Corey very wisely was like, no, I don't want to have to deal with any of that. I don't want the other developers to have to deal with any of that. Let's just use the rules repo because that deals with all of that. But the rules repo is in Go, and we're a JavaScript project. So what Corey has done, and what that file you were just in does, is sets up the rules repo as like a WASM file. So Go compiles the rules project to WASM, and then this is a scaffolding to let us call the board state generator from our JavaScript, basically. So, you follow me so far?
I do.
Perfect. So yeah, is that mainly that function there, the next board state elimination cause one? So that takes a board state, so whatever we currently have from the Battlesnake post request, and then returns us the next board state and an elimination reason. So now if we go over to the JavaScript, if we go look at logic.js, yes. So now in here, we should see, if we scroll down a bit, keep going. Is it in here? Oh, yeah, wait. Yeah, there it is. So you see where it says const did we die? It's then calling go next board state elimination cause. That is the Go function being called via WASM, and that returns that we give that a game state, and we give that the move we want to make, and it runs that game state with that move and gives us back the new game state and tells us if our snake dies. So that deals with all the mess. You'll notice in this code there's like no wall collision, there's no snake collision, there's none of that. It's all handled by that function. We just run that for each move we want to make, and it will tell us if any of those moves kill us, and then we make the decision. That sounds really good, doesn't it? It sounds like that would be a wonderful thing. Now, here's the gotcha that we discovered at the end of the last stream. Corey said I'm getting really good at that walkthrough. Thank you. We're 4 shows in. I'm really relieved that I understand how the code base works now. So the catch, Naomi, with this that we discovered, to simulate that rules library, to simulate a move and to apply the rules and to give you a new board state, it needs a move for every snake that's in the game. So we also have to give it, if we're in a game with 3 other snakes, we also have to give it a move for those other snakes. And this just turns out to be really hard, because if we give them an arbitrary move, you get this weird position, and we'll get the snake running, and then you will see this happen. But basically we got into the situation where when a snake dies, obviously it vacates all the squares that were there, right? So if you gave a snake a move that killed it, our snake might think that a move was safe because it would detect that the squares were going to be vacant. So where we're kind of at is like, we now need to come up with a way of generating game states that include other snakes that like doesn't fool our snake into thinking it's safe. Does that make sense?
And I think I might have maybe some ideas to play with.
Perfect. Alrighty. So if anyone has any questions, I see we've got Gary in chat as well. Thank you, Gary. Gary being our last developer. You have to say sorry, Gary. You were the first person who wrote any logic for this snake. We got 3 shows in with no logic, so thank you for making our snake have a brain. All right. So I guess we need to get you cloned on this thing and get it built.
Yeah, let's fork this and clone it down, and then install Go.
Yes, and then we have to install Go. Thank you, Corey.
All right, clone. Pop open my terminal here.
Oh, what is this, like, soft retro fuzziness on this? This is beautiful. I feel like I'm looking at a video of a CRT. Oh. Is it like by default?
No, but it's totally just a built-in option for...
yeah, give it a soft fuzz.
Enable acrylic. Where is it? I never look at.
Oh, acrylic was at the bottom. Oh, okay.
Acrylic is
retro terminal effects. Is that it?
Yeah, it's retro terminal effects.
Yeah, it's just a checkbox. That's awesome. Very cool. Huh.
Yeah, it's great. It's really
beautiful. Great. Yeah. Oh, that is lovely.
All right, so clone it and cd do it. And we are actually going to install some Go here.
Yeah.
And we are going to install some Go thanks to this tutorial on DigitalOcean.
Hey, Brad. We've done the walkthrough of the code base, and now Naomi is getting set up on it. Okay. You know what that terminal reminds me of? Gary on Gary's stream occasionally has like a CRT monitor that sits in the background while he's talking.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Got to run in 15 minutes, but excited it's headed. We know you're running to play Elden Ring, Brad. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm excited to see where this is headed too, and I have no idea. We're going to make it up as we go.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear what your ideas are to solve this problem. The kind of where we left it, and again, I realise that I'm explaining this problem poorly, and it'll make more sense when you see a game. But kind of where we left it was like suggesting that we... So we get the move request of oh no, that wouldn't necessarily work. Maybe it would. Basically like suggesting that we take our game state and like cut the other snakes out of it and use that to generate a move for all of the other snakes and then feed that into our one. Which is just really silly.
That's actually what I was thinking. Was
perfect, awesome.
we have a function that
yeah,
that can tell us if a move will die or not.
Right.
Okay.
So the current problem, Brad, is we are using the rules library to, check if our snake is going to die or not. With the rules to generate a new game state with the rules library, you need to give every snake on the board a move, and so you get into a situation where the current code it gives the other snakes on the board that aren't our snake, it gives them a random move. But if the move we give them would generate a board state in which that snake dies, our snake then thinks it's safe, right? Because their squares then become vacant, so our snake runs into their body because it thinks that snake has died, when in reality the snake hasn't taken the deadly move that we have randomly given it. So we need to come up with a way of generating quasi-safe moves. Like we need to give the other snakes that are on the board that we're simulating, we need to give them safe moves. And basically where this takes us is like implementing a tree search snake essentially, but like we would like to not do that. Yeah, exactly. As my Chill Fox says, minimax max n, MCTS. We're gonna end up accidentally doing minimax, I think, or naively doing minimax, because the last time I wrote minimax or have ever played with a tree search thing was when I wrote a noughts and crosses solver in like my second year Haskell coursework. I don't remember how that algorithm works. I'm not gonna look it up now. Naomi, have you implemented that?
I have not.
So we might naively end up implementing it, but like it's not going to be intentional. Look at Corey's lovely handoff instructions.
Oh, come on.
Where are you?
Oh, I need to run this build.sh, and it has been so long since I ran a shell script.
Yeah, they actually bring the repo up, so I know what's going on. I haven't actually built this code base myself yet. I just watched other people do it.
Run this from the Go subdirectory.
Oh yeah. Just go in and build.
See, that's what I tried to do, and it says it's not there.
Do you need to chmod plus exit for your... Oh, Corey says build.sh, I think. Corey, are you suggesting that your README instructions are incorrect?
There we go. All right.
So I'll go fix it.
We could just include that in this PR right here.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Hey, there we go. Now let's see if we can run it.
Build.sh does move the file for us automatically, right? So for those of you who have not seen this run before, so what that build.sh will have done is compiled the Go to WASM, and it also will have grabbed this neat little WASM exec file, which is like it's like the Go runtime, but in JS, so that we can call the Go file from JS through the WASM. It's magic.
There's some magic there.
Yeah, it's kind of scary. Corey did run us through how some of that worked in the first stream, and yeah, it's my earnest hope we never have to look at it. Alrighty. We have a Battlesnake. Are we egg rocking? What are we doing?
Just gonna see if I can hit. There it is.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So as is your right as this week's host, you should recustomize it. I believe currently it is the DigitalOcean Sammy head and tail, but in Twilio brand red.
Well, see, I can see already Matt telling me I've made a horrendous mistake if I remove Sammy, so I might need to leave Sammy. Okay. So what I am thinking here is we have this did we die? And
yes.
all we do is check the board state. So I'm thinking we can
so that function takes so it takes a current board state and it takes a move for all of the snakes on the board. So that array contains that first item in the array is our snake, so we're giving it a move for our snake, and then snakes on board is I think we're just giving it up in the line above. You see that const snakes on board.
Oh yeah, we are.
So we're just giving every other snake up. So the problem with that is like sometimes that kills the snakes and then their spot is vacant. So we need to make that section where we give like the moves for the other snakes. We need to give those snakes like a safe move rather than a random one. And that's the problem. We need to like work out. And then you get into like this tree thing, right? Because if we want to give those snakes a safe move, we also, then need to calculate the safe move for all of the snakes in their game state. So how do we calculate a safe move for a subset of the snakes so that we can generate our safe move? Is where we're at.
I think we ignore the oh so wonderful rules written in Go that handles that, and I think we just hack out a quick function that makes sure that the move wouldn't collide, and then we can assign a random known safe move to those snakes in the map.
Perfect. Let's do it. That sounds great.
All right. So Let's see here. See, I already missed TypeScript.
I mean, as I said, you are very well. If you want your contribution to be converting this into TypeScript, that's also totally fine. I also love that my Chill Fox says Minimax with a search depth of 2 would get us in the middle of platinum. I love that you know that, Chill Fox. I love that you're like, I know which algorithm will land you where on the scoreboard.
Wonder if there's an algorithm to predict which algorithm will land you where on the scoreboard.
That's gotta be right. How would you?
Right.
I mean, interesting to know the score.
To...
Oh wait, are you actually about to TypeScript this?
Oh, I could, yo.
I was wondering what we're doing at the top of the file.
Actually, you know what? Let's do it. Let's TypeScript this. That's easy enough. Save TypeScript.
I don't think I've ever actually seen the process of a JS code base converted into TypeScript, so I'm actually genuinely intrigued to see what's going to happen here.
And we are going to cheat because I am a big cheater.
That's very welcome here on Code. It's coding badly, not coding from first principles.
And we're just going to grab a TS config off of my notes, and we're just going to ts config.json and paste it.
Perfect.
Okay, and so now we need to get ignore.
I agree, Gary.
Prod. And we are going to rename this to index.ts. We are going to rename this to logic.ts, and we are going to get errors left and right, and it's great.
Perfect. Break
And
all the
then
things.
We are going to node prod.
I'm learning so much.
Build.
So that's been changed to prod, presumably because that's where the built files end up after
Yes.
they go through the cool. Okay.
Yes. And now we get all of these beautiful errors. So we will start here. And we will start with export function info and export function game state. We'll turn these into individual exports and clear that. And then in here we will go import express from express. Oh my goodness. Import read file sync from fs.
Unclear, Chill Fox. So the exact situation that we were failing is Gary was going through the challenges with the snake, and there's a challenge where your snake has to weave between 4 large snakes that are looping, and those snakes all are basically like all alternately in a situation in which like they will die if they do anything other than follow their tails. And so like it's a very niche situation where like essentially that challenge is designed to like break this exact strategy. But that's the one that was causing us the problems, and so that's the one that like I guess we're trying to fix for.
Okay, and then we need to figure out Go, and I think we're just I think we're going to take the hacky approach here.
Okay.
Let's go look at this wasm exec so it just exports.
Wait, do we need to find a type for this? Is that what we need to do right now? Corey reckons this is going to go badly.
I think we're just going to hack it. Oops.
Okay.
And we're going to call this go.b.ts, and we are going to...
Does Go have like, sorry, does TypeScript have like a type that basically just tells the type checker to ignore this.
Well, we're just going to declare Go as a module, and then let's see. Go add
We
stuff.
love
Okay.
hacks.
So we're going to call this import this as Go from Go out wasm.exec.js.
You've got a "this is smart" from Brad. That's what we like to see. I really enjoyed the hair flick on your virtual avatar. That was very good.
Yes, expect error, no typings, import. And we're going to see.
I'm sorry people are hearing a banging from me. My neighbor has apparently decided to start hammering.
And let's TS expect error, typing soon, TM.
Okay, so that the @TS expect error is that. What is?
Oh, right. I have a whole other file that we need to look at. That tells it that there's a compile error here
to ignore it. Okay.
And I expect there to be an error here.
Got you. Okay.
And actually, we might leave this as we toss this and go back to require go out exec.js. Whoops, not SJ. And then game state. And for game state, we need an interface, and we're going to cheat again. I'm going to steal it from my Battlesnake. Not
Perfect. It's rob and steal from all the Battlesnakes.
Let's see. I put it in board int.
Which snake is this currently?
This is Becaleria, who
cool.
does not have a whole lot of logic, but works marginally.
Nice.
All right, let's build it from scratch because we can build it all in one. So we are going to sample move request. And game state game ID, so that should be game state game ID. Perfect. All right. So let's zoom in on that, and let's go back to our code here. Come on, Windows. And source interfaces. Game state S export interface game state game.
I'm just in awe on how quick you were just roaring through this.
Rule set game string version string settings. We don't need these settings yet, so we're going to call that string squad string boolean. And game has source string timeout number. We probably will need the timeout at some point. Turn number board. This is the fun part. Height number, width number, food is an X number, Y number array. Hazards is the same. Thank you, Copilot. Snakes.
Excellent. Another Copilot user.
And body string, name string, health number, body, Y number perfect, latency is a string. I don't know why it's a string. Head is
We don't
Y
talk
number.
about
Number, shout, string, and I think shout is optional.
that. Yes.
Squad string, whoops. Organizations, color string, head string, tail string. And that is an array.
Array.
And then we have you, which is exactly a snake. Okay, so
Perfect.
that covers that. And now we can go back to our logic and say game state is game state.
Uh-huh.
Game state is game state. And game state is game state. And this needs to be a TAS error. So modules not typed. Move equals false. We will say it's going to say, okay, did we die? Define move.ts exports type move equals up, down, left, right.
Nice.
Say that move in possible moves. Oh, it's not going to let me coerce in that, is it? Game state, game state. That's because moves is not a move, possible moves.
Oh, yeah, that's a object of booleans.
Up, down, left, right. Neither type sufficient. Oh, because I need to type this.
Yeah.
As key move. It's still probably going to get mad at the coercion. I think it can now infer. It cannot infer it because how did I type this last time? Type of move. I have code where I did this somewhere.
So I'm just going to let Penelope was asking what language the snake was in earlier, and I said JavaScript, and I guess I now need to update that.
Oh, where is it?
Let me see. Hugh has a TypeScript Battlesnake code base.
Setting.
There we go. That's Hugh's Battlesnake TypeScript.
Actually, move string. You know what we're going to do? We're just going to cheat.
All right. We love to cheat.
String.
Cool.
Do it the easy way, because what I really need to do now is, whoops, not click the wrong thing, is try to build it. And then more importantly, try to run it.
Fingers crossed.
Go runs.
It's
It
running.
loaded. Can I get my...
I wasn't looking at the clock, but I wish I was, because I'm pretty sure that was like a 7-minute conversion.
And there we are. We are
That's-
still there. Okay.
That is wild.
Cool. Just see if tests run. Yeah, the tests don't run because I...
Yeah, okay, going by the timestamps on chat, that was literally 10 minutes for you to convert that repo.
It's lucky that it's small, and I definitely took some hacks there. But okay, so we have our logic. So now we're going to create a modules, and we're going to create a get valid move.ts. Export get valid move equals game state, and it will return a move. And we need to know a snake ID. Going to say target snake equals game state board snakes find snake where snake ID equals snake ID. If not target snake, console error invalid ID passed, and log the ID. Turn up. Actually, we return right because we always move right. Okay, and then we will just say possible moves equals up, down, left, right. And we will call this a move array. And we will say we have the snake position equals target snake. With an X and a Y where the snake is, and we will say const top equals game state. No, const top equals 0. Left equals 0. Equals height minus 1. Look at that. Right equals game state board minus 1. Okay.
I wonder how much of a Battlesnake Copilot can write by this point. It's been a while now.
Oh, it has been a while. Yeah. Okay, if
maybe that's who we have on for the last relay show. Just Copilot.
Look at that. It's gonna write this for me, isn't it?
Perfect. Yes, apparently. Splice possible moves index of down. Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay.
Turn. Cool. There we go.
Nice.
So.
Also, again, like every single time I see we do bounds checking on this show, for something so simple, it's always done differently, and I've never seen this like way of defining the bounds as top, left, right, and down, and then checking against those done. Very cool.
I'm a big fan of declaring more variables than is probably necessary, but properly named variables makes easier to read code, I think.
Yeah, it's very
cool. Now we're just going to go back to our logic here, and we're going to map the move to be a valid move, game state, snake ID.
Okay.
And that should give us...
I can't remember which challenge it was that we were failing.
That should at least give us a board that we can run. Okay, so let's fix the tests too while we're here.
Fix the tests. I don't believe there were tests.
There were tests.
There were tests.
There were
I guess
tests.
I guess the tests are just in the starter snake.
Probably. All right. Jest. TypeScript. TS Jest. That's what I want. TypeScript. TS Jest. All right. npm I save dev TS Jest type/jest. And we're going to call this test.ts. And it shouldn't throw state my Battlesnake. Create Battlesnake me. String and body chords is a game. Actually, we just call it that. And then returns a game state. Customizations. How could we not have customizations? All right, index. Info.
Oh, what was wrong with the customizations? They weren't typed? Oh, okay.
They're not in the tests.
Got you. Why isn't it like a
version? We can just remove because we don't. You mean what are we missing? Customizations, color, string, head, string, tail string. Okay. All right. So that returns a Battlesnake, and then this needs to accept a game state. And then we should be able to return yes. No, I don't think we can do this. I guess.
These are my favorite Coding Badly streams, where code flies past faster than I can read it. It's just wonderful.
And do just config. Go next board state elimination cause is not defined. So we are probably need to just have this import in there too.
Awesome. See a couple of new people are joining us. If you've just joined us, Naomi is guest number 4 on our Relay Battlesnake. That's one Battlesnake codebase with 8 different guests contributing to it. And Naomi is has just first of all converted it to TypeScript and is now fixing our tests. And then we are diving into a game state generation problem whereby we need to give some other snakes that we are simulating that aren't our snake some quasi-safe moves.
Okay, let's figure out why this is not.
What are we stuck on at the moment?
It's throwing that this is not defined.
Ooh.
But it is, so
Yeah.
it is. I probably need to. Let's see here.
Corey says that he's not sure if he wired up the WASM for tests.
Oh,
We
well,
haven't actually. Those tests were the default tests that are in the JS starter snake. I don't think we'd actually used them.
Then let's see if we can do that. Maybe. Or we might leave it. What are we? Game state.
Totally good to leave it. Who needs tests?
Who needs tests?
Not encoding badly.
And let's just make sure we exclude the tests from the build.
Corey said might just need that WASM require include in the test paths because that
That's
creates
what I was-
functions globally.
Do is
The way that WASM thing works is so weird.
magic.
Yeah.
100% magic. Yes, okay, you're mad about this. I type that as this turns a partial. And then we will type this as take a partial. Oh, don't take a partial. What does it generate? String version, string settings. And source and timeout. Source is not a record. What did I type source as? No. Rule set is missing what? Squad.
Yes.
State. Okay, it's still throwing a is not. Okay, well we will.
Well, we tried.
We will leave that for now, and
That's
more
fine.
importantly, see if we can actually run a game with this.
Cool. How are you exposing it? Ngrok or?
We can give Ngrok a shot.
I guess you normally deploy your snake when you're working on it.
I do. Well, actually, I have tests. My snake. I've never once tested my snake in a live game before
I see.
deploying. I have
Right.
tests for all of my logic. You know what?
Right.
Let's just deploy it.
Yeah, we can do that. I mean, it does have a DigitalOcean deploy thing built in. That in theory is auto deploying it, but I can't entirely remember where it's auto deploying it.
This is a refactor migrate to script. Push U origin. Oops. Set soft head -1 get checked out B. Tor migrate to TypeScript and git push U origin feed coding badly.
Yeah, TypeScript probably will break that app platform auto deploy, Corey. It's got a Node.js environment slug.
And we would just slap it on the let's just slap it on production.
Test it in prod.
Test it in prod.
I love that the technologies used list in this snake has not stayed stable for even a single stream.
No kidding, but it's fun.
No,
it's very fun.
It's great. Yeah, that's what we hoped for when we came up with this, and it is proving to be everything we dreamed. And now that we know that the Battlesnake community is this incapable of sticking to a single language, we can go ahead with our dream for season 2 of the Relay Snake of just doing a full-on microservice snake.
That would be pretty great, actually.
I think it'd be quite funny. The center will be Penelope's bash snake server. Okay. Your prompt is really nice.
Thank you. Oops. And come back to this.
Just a reminder, whilst Naomi's getting this set up, we do still have 2 slots on the relay. If you are watching this and you're like, oh, I have some terrible ideas for things I would like to do to this snake, we have 2 slots left on the relay. May the first date in May, which I always forget, is Patchy Codes from New Relic, but then the stream before Patchy and the stream after Patchy are both still vacant if anyone would like to jump on the relay. The other suggestion that we did have from Korea, which might require some logistical doing, but I reckon we could do, is to have every single guest back on for the last one and just mob program it. Or do a retro. Just do a live retro.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay, and then which port does this run on?
8080, isn't it?
8080. Yeah, I think it runs on 8080 by default. Perfect.
Yeah.
So we will just don't steal my 2FA code. In trouble.
It's alright, the delay is so large that I don't think they'd have time to do it.
Okay, we need to add a DNS, a record. Add. And point to this one. And need to nano. What is it? at etc. NGINX.
It's getting so serious.
I have to look at my notes again. Nginx.
What are these notes
These
on?
These are hosted on GitHub pages and built with Doxify, and this is just my general everything that I've ever needed to remember more than once, kind of.
Nice.
Oh, etc. Nginx conf server.conf. Needed doesn't exist. What did I screw up? Oh, because it's not in my home directory. We went to all the way down. We went to server. It's in on 80. Server name is ad.nhcarrigan.com.
We've really done it all in the stream. Just now doing some casual like Nginx config. Coriar, while you're enjoying that, so Coriar said I'll have the notes as a web page idea, might spin it my own. Like, yes, absolutely, notes as a web page is wonderful. Let me evangelize Tiddlywiki. Tiddlywiki blew my mind, and it is so fun. It's like a single file. It's a wiki that's single file. Everything is single file. The whole wiki is in that file. And you can just grab this file from Tiddlywiki, just go download Tiddlywiki, and throw it into GitHub Pages. And then you can set it up to, like, when you save the wiki, it just commits back to your GitHub repo. And your GitHub credentials, it just like saves in local browser storage. It is such like a neat, clean, nice little system for just like a static wiki, and it's so nice and so good. I would highly recommend it.
Okay, that redirected to the wrong place, and it's because I need to temporarily turn off my HTTPS redirect.
Okay.
Because I don't feel like getting another cert.
Yeah, that might be going a bit far.
There we go. Dio Sammy. All right.
Perfect.
And then back to battlesnake.com. And we are going to Battlesnakes. And we are going to create a new Battlesnake. We're going to call it Big Bad Battlesnake. Again.com and coding badly test lotion and save, and let's just go ahead and
all right.
That is not because I don't have the Sammy, that's why.
Oh yeah, I don't think that code's active either. Cool.
All right, let's oops.
So
let's just run it.
This should... Oh, yeah, it's cool. It's simulating your snake. Okay, awesome. Snake self... It reckons... hang on. So, at the bottom there, why is it giving elimination? I think that wall collision, snake self-collision is the elimination reason?
Yeah, it's logging because it's set to log in.
Yeah,
here.
But why does it think a snake is self-colliding?
Because it was checking our rules, or it was checking our moves.
I see.
Were red, and it was
right.
that it's outputting every reason every time it checks this. So if it checks and sees that a move that would make us self-collide, which, you know...
Oh, of course, yep. Got you, yep.
Okay, so it works, it builds, it runs, and now it's in type.
But why are we going into that head-to-head situation? I guess because it's not simulating that snake moving down.
Right. It currently
it's just going for a random safe move.
Random safe move. So the only safe moves here are for Becca are down and left.
And we chose left.
It guessed left.
Yeah. Makes sense. Cool.
So we chose up.
Okay. Right.
But we do have successful running.
It is running. It is in TypeScript. It is testing. We do have that with that safe move thing that you have. It should perform better than our previous one, always going up did. Perfect. Wonderful. Is there anything else we would like to add today, or would you like to wrap there?
That was really good progress. I would.
It was ridiculous watching you do that conversion. This is awesome. So we have working tests. You've deployed it.
We do not have
we have TypeScript. Oh, we don't have working tests because the Go. We have TypeScript, and we have a solution to our weird getting all the snake moves, which is lovely. Wonderful. So that puts us in good stead to having the snake working, competitive in 4 shows' time. We have Penelope on next week, who is still joking about doing MCTS in a single show, which seems bold.
Well, you have TypeScript now, so there's at least some infrastructure.
Are you feeling?
To help with that.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us today. Let me turn music down a little bit. Is there anything you would like to plug today?
Really the Battlesnake Discord is a great place to hang out. I highly recommend hanging out there if you aren't there already. And then, check out Free Code Camp, and check out my Twitter and Joe's Twitter and Brad's Twitter and Andrew's Twitter.
All of our Twitters,
Just all the Twitters, all the GitHubs.
All the Twitters.
I don't really have anything necessarily to plug, like, officially.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Some pretty good progress.
We did. Thank you for, you jumping in, seeing the code for the first time, and then whipping through that was super impressive. I'm very looking forward to actually, I learned a surprising amount about TypeScript. So I will let you go. Thank you so much for joining us, Naomi. And I will
I will add the TypeScript notes to this README, and then...
Make sure you add TypeScript to the technologies list, which brings us up to an impressive 7 items in that list now, when we started with 3.
We're doing well.
We are doing well.
Bigger text
we can make it to 10 before the end of the season. We'll be in good stead. Alrighty, thank you so much. I will free you now. Bye.
Thanks for having me.
Alrighty, thank you again, Naomi. So to run through that again one more time, lightning fast. Naomi got up to speed with the code. We ran through and converted it from. Naomi ran through and converted it from JavaScript to TypeScript. Had to go getting the test going, but that was going to be a tall order with the weird Go stuff going on, and several TypeScript hacks to make that Go stuff work. And then we kind of had a terrible explanation of our problem with the way we're using the rules repo, and Naomi got us to a solution so that we could generate some marginally more safe moves than we already had. As said, these streams where our guest can just hammer out the code faster than I can read it always leave me feeling like a warm fuzzy glow. I feel like I've learned lots of things today. I hope you've enjoyed. Let me run through what is to come in Battlesnake on this channel for the foreseeable future, and also in the rest of the relay. So in 2 weeks' time, not next Thursday, but the Thursday after, we are back here on the relay with Penelope's Zone. Really looking forward to that stream. It's always a blast to have Penelope on, and looking forward to see what Penelope makes of Naomi's most recent addition to the codebase. So that'll be right here. And then we have 3 more streams after Penelope here on Coding Badly. The second from last is patch codes, and then we have 2 slots remaining that we will start to now get booked because we're coming towards the end. So again, if you are interested in being on the relay, let me know. Otherwise, we will announce those when we have them. This Saturday is the first of the Spring League tournaments, is the Platinum Tournament. It's going to be a big one. We've been warned we'll be streaming for a long time, so come turn up 9 a.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. my time, I think. It's going to be me, Chris, and Aileen. It's going to be super fun. So that is Snake Pit Live on Saturday, 9 a.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Central European time. And I believe that is all the things I wanted to talk about. Let me double check. There is a million streams going on all the time. And then, yeah, next Snake Pit Live. Talking Battlesnake next Thursday, I believe that's Brad. And then the Elite Tournament on the 26th. So, weeks, packed schedule, Thursdays and Saturdays for the next couple of weeks. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for being here. We will see you on Saturday or next Thursday. Thank you again, Naomi. Have a wonderful rest of your day.